so we talked about what is that secret key algorithm. Under this particular thing, again we discussed about the block cipher. So we have seen block cipher in the sense the encryption or decryption process will be applied on a block of information at a time. Each of the secret key or symmetric key algorithm will have different block lengths as well as key length. More the key length, more secure the algorithm. So key length is very, very important. And if you look at the structure of these kind of block ciphers, almost all the block ciphers are of the similar structure, which is nothing but a Feistel structure designed by the IBM scientist. Okay, but varies in terms of number of rounds, block length, as well as a key length. As I told you, in the present scenario, 256 and above is more appropriate key length for the symmetric key. Okay, so the other type of the algorithms are what is it? Stream cipher. Okay, so what is this stream cipher? As I told you, to address the requirements of audio or video streaming applications. So in order to take care of the latencies and other things, so that the application performance is not affected, these stream ciphers are designed. So let me go back to the next slide and once again come back to this. Okay, these stream ciphers are actually, if you look at it algorithm wise and all, they look very simple. Okay, see, the plain text is passing through this. As I told you, this simple XOR combination of XOR and the key stream generator is your stream cipher. That's it. Okay, there we talked about Feistel structure having so many rounds, initial permutation, final permutation, and all. Whereas here, the key stream generator and XOR operation, these are the two things which are part of stream cipher. It will take key as an input and the plain text as an input to generate the ciphertext. At the receiving end, again, the ciphertext will be passed as an input along with the same key to get the plain text. But the most important thing is we need to understand what exactly is key stream generator. Okay, see, in the security, random number plays a very, very important role. Okay, so we talk something about a pseudo random number. Okay, normally what happens is when you say random number, no two times you end up with the same value. Random is every time you should give a different value. So normally you would have seen in the programming language and other things like that, for a particular seed value, you end up with a specific random kind of thing, right? Okay. See, what is this pseudo random number in the sense? It is random. Okay, it is random, but for a given key value, it will give the same string. Okay, so for a given key value, it will try to give the same random sequence. If I change the key value, it will end up with a different random sequence. So what is the purpose of this particular thing is that whenever I encrypt something at the sender end, I will be able to decrypt it with XOR operation at the receiving end only with the same random sequence, right? Okay, I cannot think about a different random sequence. So I should end up with the same random sequence, but the sender and receiver need only to get the same random sequence. For that, what we are doing is that when you supply this particular key, which is agreed upon between the sender and receiver to this key stream generator, the key stream generator is going to generate the same random sequence. So that's the beauty of this particular thing. So a pseudo random number generator continuously generate bits known as running key or key stream. Okay, XORing the key stream to the plain text produces the ciphertext. Okay, that's what it is going to do. So for a given key, it will always give the key stream. That's how it is going to work. Now, what we understood till now is a secret key or symmetric key. So what happens in this? What is the thing? Symmetric key scheme requires both parties to share a common secret key. Yes, you all understood, right? So both the parties need to have a key, irrespective of whether it is a block cipher or stream cipher. Both need to agree upon the same symmetric key, right? So what is the problem is, issue is, how do you securely distribute this particular key? See, if you analyze carefully, key distribution is again a same problem. We are ending up with the same thing. How you transmit some information secretly with the other end? That is the problem. Okay, again for key distribution also you are ending up with the same problem. Only difference is key is a small value when compared to the actual bulk data which you are trying to transmit. Okay, so 10 minutes break. Okay, participants are requesting. Okay, fine, right. So just I'll complete this particular slide and give a break. Okay, so now the question is, how do you issue is how do you securely distribute this particular key? This is the thing. Often secure systems fail due to the break in the key distribution scheme. See, you would have designed very, very good algorithm, secret key algorithm, and very, very long key. Okay, but the key distribution mechanism is very, very poor. Okay, it's not the proper. Then definitely when people are able to get the key, system can be broken. Okay, very easily. So what we have discussed till now is that what initially we started with what is the present threat in our computer networks. Then we tried to look at what is exactly we are looking for under cybersecurity. Then we talked about whatever the various solutions which we deploy at the gateway level and at the endpoint level. And then we tried to see that what exactly is network security, which is a subset of this cybersecurity problem, and what all the issues we have, and what are the security services required, and what mechanisms are required to provide those services. And later we landed in cryptographic algorithms, because those mechanisms are provided only through cryptographic mechanisms. And while studying the cryptographic mechanism, we understood that there are three types: symmetric or secret key, public key or asymmetric key, and hash functions. So by using, we try to understand that symmetric or secret key, again, they're divided into two types, block ciphers and stream ciphers, which are meant for the different types of applications, depending on the whether it is streaming or bulk data applications like that. Okay. So we discussed in detail about symmetric or secret key algorithm and how confidentiality is enabled. But we also understood that because the secret key has to be shared across the two entities, so we may end up in some kind of problem, because if it is not securely distributed. So even a very powerful systems with a very lengthy key, where they may get broken because of the key distributions. Okay. So as you wanted, like, we'll take a break for 10 minutes. Okay. I think we'll come back by sharp at 3:25. I think it should not take more time. I think just 3:25 or 3:28, you please come back, because I need to cover a lot of things. Hope you are able to understand. So in case you have any issues, you please let me know. Now, what exactly happens in this particular case is that, see, whenever you want some people to involve in the communication, okay, you by using public key algorithms, everyone will be generating a key pair, like by using RSA or something like that, the key pair will be generated. See, when you say key in a previous type of algorithm, there is a secret key. It has got only one component. Okay. Whereas in this particular key, public key algorithms, key is always generated in a pair. See, now if four people are there in a group and they want to secure the communication for the interactions across the four people, each one of them will be generating a key pair. Okay. See, like, for example, myself, Lakshmi, Naresh, as well as the Murthy, we three want to interact with each other. Okay. So what is that? Each one of us will have a key pair. Okay. So Lakshmi will have a public and private components of the key pair. Naresh will have public private key, and Murthy will have public private key. What we will do is that once I have my public private key, okay, these algorithms are designed in such a manner. So if a public private key is generated, okay, for a particular entity like Lakshmi, Naresh, or someone, so if public key is used for encryption purpose, the decryption can be done with the corresponding private key. That's how these algorithms are designed. Similarly, if private key is used for encryption purpose, it can be decrypted with the public key of the corresponding key pair. That is how these things are designed. Okay. Now, each one of us has got a public private key pair. What we will do is that we will share our public key with all other people in the group. Like Lakshmi generated public private key. Private key, I will keep it with me only. No one will be knowing that what is private key. I will not share with anyone. Whereas my public key, I will share with all other people which I want to have a secure communication. Similarly, Murthy will be holding his private key with him, will not be known to other people, whereas his public key will share with all other people. Similarly, Naresh will be holding his private key and sharing the public key. Now, if you look at it, at the sender end, if you analyze carefully, he will have all the public keys of all people in that particular group, but he will have only the private key of his own. Okay, so that's in one different color, all other things. Okay, this is the way it is available. So like I will have the public keys of Murthy, Naresh, and my public key along with my private key. So like that, similarly, Naresh as well as Murthy. Okay, this is the way the keys are maintained in the public key cryptography. Now the question is how the confidentiality is provided by using this particular cryptographic algorithm. Okay, so here I told you there is nothing like a secret key. That means you need not share with the other end. Okay, only thing what you are trying to share is the public key. Okay, and how these algorithms are designed, when a key is generated in a pair, okay, like Lakshmi has got public private key pair, Naresh has got public private key pair, Murthy has got public private key pair. In a pair, if I use public key for encryption purpose, I can decrypt it with the corresponding private key. Similarly, if I use the a private key for encryption, I can decrypt it with the corresponding public key. That is how these things are designed. Now let me take one example. So I want to send some document confidentially to Naresh. Only Naresh has to receive this. No one else should be able to receive this. Okay. So this is the kind of service I am expecting in my network. And how do I do it with a public key algorithm? Just you analyze carefully. What I'm telling is I want to send something encrypted and send something to the other end so that Naresh alone will be able to retrieve, see that what is going on. How do I use the public key algorithm for this particular thing? See, what key has to be used for encryption, what key has to be used for decryption. This has to be properly understood. Now, if you analyze carefully, the private key of Naresh is the only component which is available only with Naresh, not with anyone else, right? Private key component of key pair generated by Naresh is available only with Naresh, not with anyone else. So if I try to encrypt the information in such a manner that only Naresh will be able to decrypt with the private key, then definitely I can enforce the confidentiality, right? So that means Naren alone should be able to decrypt with his private key. No one else should be able to decrypt. So then in that case, what is the key with which I have to encrypt? I have to encrypt with the public key of Naresh. So I have a keychain in which I am holding the public keys of all people. I will just pick the public key of Naresh and then encrypt the document. Okay. Now, if I encrypt with the public key of Naresh, it can be decrypted only with the corresponding private key, which is available only with Naresh. So that is how, by encrypting with the receiver's public key, you will be able to enable the confidentiality. Even if Murthy tries to sniff the communication and look for the document, he will not be able to decrypt it because it can be done only with the private key of Naresh, not with the private key of Murthy. Okay, because the pair is such a manner that if you generate a key pair, public key is used for encryption, you can decrypt with the private key. That's of the corresponding key pair. Okay, so that is how it is going to be done. So just look at it.